Out of nowhere, Tottenham plot surprise £80 million swoop for Adam Wharton. January window set to explode in North London. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Tottenham are preparing a move that could send shockwaves through the Premier League. According to information confirmed by Dean Jones, Spurs are lining up an audacious approach for Crystal Palace star Adam Wharton and are willing to go extremely big to get it done. The North London hierarchy are targeting two marquee signings capable of delivering instant impact, and Wharton has emerged as a priority name at the very top of that list. This is not a passing interest. Tottenham have been tracking Wharton closely for some time and first sounded out his availability in the summer, only to be firmly knocked back by Palace. At that point, the Eagles made it clear they had no intention of listening to offers, especially with elite clubs across Europe also circling. But the landscape is shifting and Spurs believe the moment to strike is approaching. Wharton's rapid rise has only strengthened Tottenham's resolve. The 21-year-old has grown into the heartbeat of Palace's midfield, earning recognition at international level and pushing hard for a place in England's plans ahead of the 2026 World Cup. His composure, tactical intelligence and ability to control matches have marked him out as a midfielder built for the very top. That was on full display in Sunday's clash between Spurs and Palace. Even in defeat, Wharton stood out. He dictated the tempo, demanded the ball under pressure, and orchestrated almost everything Palace did through the middle. Spurs' recruitment staff were left in little doubt. This is a player who can run games at Premier League level. Crystal Palace are well aware of what they have. Wharton is under contract until 2029, placing the South London club in a powerful negotiating position. Their internal valuation sits at around £80 million, a figure designed to scare off all but the most determined suitors. Tottenham, however, are ready to test that resolve and are signalling a willingness to meet that price if it means securing a generational midfield talent. There is also a political layer to the discussions. Palace's long-standing interest in Brennan Johnson could yet play a role in softening talks between the two clubs, potentially opening a pathway to more constructive negotiations. From Tottenham's perspective, Wharton is not just a January addition, he is a long-term cornerstone. Spurs see him as a player to build around for the next decade, someone who can anchor the midfield, raise standards and become a defining figure in the club's next cycle. January is shaping up to be aggressive in North London. Spurs want statement signings, immediate upgrades and players who can change the direction of the season. Adam Wharton fits that brief perfectly, and if Tottenham do follow through with an £80 million bid, the Premier League could be on the brink of one of its most explosive deals. Spurs are quietly positioning themselves for one of the most eye-catching moves of the January transfer window, with Bayern Munich powerhouse Leon Goretzka now firmly on the Spurs' radar. What initially sounded like background noise has suddenly escalated into a story with real substance. According to Turkish journalist Yağız Sabuncuoğlu, Tottenham have already opened direct lines of communication with Goretzka's representatives, exploring the possibility of a surprise winter switch to North London. The revelation emerged while Sabuncuoğlu was investigating interest from Fenerbahce in a high-profile central midfielder, only to uncover that Spurs are actively involved in the conversation. The brief is clear. Clubs are not searching for a developmental project or a low-risk squad option. The demand is for a dominant, physically imposing, elite-level number 8, someone capable of walking straight into the starting 11 and taking control. Since arriving in Munich, Goretzka has evolved into one of Europe's most complete midfielders, blending power, intelligence and relentless intensity. Nearly 290 appearances, 46 goals and 48 assists underline his influence in one of the most successful periods in Bayern's modern history. Titles have followed almost every season, and his reputation has grown with them. What makes Goretzka especially attractive to Tottenham is his tactical flexibility. He can operate as a box-to-box enforcer, push higher to arrive late in the area, or drop deeper to protect the back line when required. Few midfielders combine athleticism, positional discipline and goal threat in the way he does, and even fewer bring a proven winning mentality at the very highest level. There is, however, a major caveat. Any potential deal hinges on Bayern Munich's willingness to sanction a departure mid-season. The Bundesliga giants remain protective of their senior core, but Spurs are understood to be closely monitoring internal dynamics in Munich, ready to react if the door opens. Goretzka has been linked with Premier League moves before, including interest from Manchester United, and it comes as no surprise that elite clubs continue to circle. His experience, leadership and big game pedigree make him a rare commodity on the market. Whether Tottenham can pull off such a seismic signing remains uncertain, but the mere fact that talks are taking place sends a clear message. Spurs are thinking big, and January could deliver a move that reshapes both their midfield and their status in the market. Tottenham are once again stirring serious noise in the January market, with fresh reports claiming the club are actively exploring a move for Manchester City forward Omar Marmoush. What initially appeared unthinkable is now gaining traction behind the scenes as Spurs assess whether a rare deal with a direct Premier League rival could become possible. According to sources close to the situation, Tottenham view Marmoush as a high-impact attacking solution, a player capable of instantly raising the level of Thomas Frank's front line. The Egyptian international's situation at the Etihad is far from straightforward, and that uncertainty has not gone unnoticed in North London. Despite being widely regarded within the game as a top-class forward, Marmoush has struggled to secure consistent starts under Pep Guardiola this season. Competition in City's attack remains fierce, and the picture could become even more crowded if Manchester City complete a move for Antoine Semenyo. Should Semenyo arrive, the knock-on effect could be significant. Marmoush, who can operate centrally or off the left, risks sliding further down the attacking hierarchy, a scenario Tottenham are closely monitoring. Spurs believe that, in the right environment, the 26-year-old could become a leading figure rather than a rotational option. Inside Tottenham, there is a growing feeling that the squad lacks a true elite forward presence. Someone with pace, power and end product who can consistently decide matches at the highest level. Marmoush fits that brief perfectly. His explosive style, ability to attack space and proven output have long impressed Spurs' recruitment team. That said, any deal would be complex and financially demanding. Marmoush only joined Manchester City a year ago in a move worth around £59 million, and he remains tied to a long-term contract running until 2029. City have no urgent need to sell, and Guardiola is understood to remain a strong admirer of the player's qualities and mentality. From Tottenham's perspective, prizing a key asset away from the reigning champions would require a substantial offer and careful negotiation. Paying close to City's original outlay would represent a major investment, but Spurs are weighing whether that gamble could be justified if Marmoush becomes available. For now, the situation hangs on City's own transfer activity. If Guardiola reshapes his forward line, opportunities may emerge. Tottenham are watching closely, ready to act if the door opens, knowing that landing a player of Marmoush's calibre could dramatically alter their attacking fortunes in the second half of the season. That's all for today's update. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with everything Tottenham, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. Don't forget to drop a like and share this video with other Spurs fans. Together we can keep growing the Tottenham News Today community. Thanks for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs!